Group C. Ro. Zoun. ERG. Cure. 2021 GSL Season 3 Codex. Africa TV Free Cup Studio Live 2021 GSL Season 3.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We're going to go to the winners match. Rogue versus Cure is coming up. Cure came with some extremely prepped TVZ builds. Yeah. I want to see what he does here against Rogue, because clearly he skates by DRG no problem, but Rogue is a completely different beast. And I don't know, but if Cure is prepped as well as he did for that first best of three, maybe he's got something cool and surprising that can throw Rogue off here.
Here's the reality of the situation. Rogue now has to look at what he just did, but realistically, Cure didn't show anything, right?
Yeah.
Like, he showed two very specific one-base all-ins.
Yeah.
He probably won't do that against him, but let's see.
Yeah, let's see what he's got. You'd almost feel like you would have more macro builds set up for DRG and then the super cheesy builds for Rogue, right? But let's see what happens.
GSL Season 3 Codex. Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Rogue.
Tasis, I hope he just rallies 3 Rex or Reaper over and kills Rogue exactly the same. That would be so funny.
Well, we might have something close to that. Well, this is 2 SCVs at once. That's
well, you got to get by the
Marine.
Overlord, right? That's
that makes sense.
That's the most
you have to
important
get
thing.
them out there.
Yeah, I
so
guess
it's not cost efficient, but it is an ideal way to get into the blind spot, basically, of the Zerg's scout to confirm this isn't happening. This is not Reapers, by the way. This is going to be Marines pushing to get bunkers up here. It's going to go one way or the other for this pretty quickly. I mean, he's either going to dominate the hatchery, kill it, and the game's going to end, or the Zerg is going to fight back effectively enough that the Terran is going to have a really difficult position, because the barracks that are producing are obviously on the other side of the map. There's not really a whole lot to defend at home. So let's see how this goes. But really, knowing is more than half the battle with the Zerg in this situation, and it doesn't seem like the Zerg is aware of this at all. So this could absolutely just blindside Rogue here.
No, it totally can.
For what is appearing so far, as we're getting to the halfway point of today, to be the fastest GSL group we've had in a while.
Seriously.
So the bunker started.
Oh, man.
And the drone should be able to come down here and identify. Oh my God.
Worst case scenario for him.
Yeah, that's
That
literally
is
as
the
late as
latest
it
you
can
can
be.
scout. Oh man, already 3 Marines out. There's 4 Lings just started, 2 Queens just started. This hatchery is basically gone.
If this was going to work, it would be in a circumstance like this. I mean, it was literally spotted at the last moment humanly possible to spot. Snipes one Ling even. There's a Roach Warren that started here.
Okay, well that's, you know, you have very few choices on how to bust out of this, and Ravager is oftentimes what you end up going for. So he's getting this thing of gas. He'll be going Ravagers to get out, and we'll see if he can recover. Now, the one important thing to remember about this is Maru's the best at proxy Raxes in the world.
Yeah.
And obviously that's a teammate of Rogue, and Cure used to be. So you put that all together and it's like, okay, well, he's definitely good at not only defending it, but like fighting back from it.
I love this. Just retreats from the Broodlings perfectly, lets the bunker soak the damage from that. So basically this is mission success here for Cure with the opening. I don't know if the Terran has an easy way to just execute the Zerg from here on out, but you basically have already crippled the Zerg. And now a fight down here on the low ground. That's going to be it. I was going to say, it's going to go from there in one of 2 ways after the bunker rush succeeds. Either Zerg sits back on one base, powers up to Ravagers, and tries to fight the long game, or the Roaches and Lings and Queens come down and try to reclaim that natural expansion. That's what Rogue tried to do, and it backfired. And so Cure's up 1-0. And by the way, what is going on here? Cure is just cheesy with some of the best. Yeah, I love it. He's absolutely out prepping. He only needs one more game like the 3 he's already had, and he'll be in the round of 8.
Yeah, Romanticide, maybe a little bit cheesier for him to get a quick victory on, but who knows? I mean, what he's planned out so far, this guy doesn't even have a C button on his keyboard. No. There's no turning around here.
Our game has now loaded up, guys. This is game 2 right now, here with a 1-0 lead versus Rogue.
GSL Season 3, Codex. Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Rogue. Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Cure.
I almost choked.
All right.
That's funny. All right. Yeah! 3
okay. Well,
racks.
I think it's 2 racks and then a Scout SCV possibly?
No, I think it's 3 racks, dude.
You think? Oh, okay. And so what we might end up seeing then is the SCVs mine out this right here.
So,
and yeah.
Yeah, the idea is that this map was built so that you could not beeline to their base, so they have these little mineral patches blocking. But of course, if you have 3 SCVs, you can just mine out each of the patches and generate a beeline.
Yeah, 2 SCVs will mine out a single patch. This is a pool first, though, from Rogue. I think he's kind of caught on to the fact that Kier is playing very cheesy, very aggressive games here today. So we'll see if that's going to be enough. Like, just because you go pool first doesn't mean you automatically win.
And in some ways, there can be disadvantages to this as well, because you get your other hatchery out a little bit later.
Yeah,
so
it's less larva. You can't really use spines or anything like that.
Right. The creep is also, they're much later. So it's not that cut and dry. Now, what's going to stop this if he goes for Lings is going to be Ling's speed.
Well, he just got the gas, so it's going to be a long ways until that's ready. Okay, he comes up and sees the timing of this, so he'll probably cancel that bunker.
Yeah, he's going to actually
I'm surprised he's even... I almost feel like he just needs to fall back and wait a couple rounds and then try to go, but I guess Okay. He's decided, you know what, let's just continually rally, let's get this up immediately. There is a spine being made, but of course that's going to have to walk down.
Yeah, it's going to be very slow off of creep, as the queen is. The bunker's halfway done. There's 2 SCVs. One is being shot at that's making the bunker. The other is... Okay, this bunker's going to finish, actually.
Yeah.
And that's, step 1 in making this work. Good intercept here.
Yeah, he needs moves like that, but there's already 6 Marines up here. Oh, God, he actually gets that one as well, so only loses 1 Marine. Going to pull those back, and of course, as he gets like 4, he can cut through this.
Can he cork the entrance with those Marines at the mineral patch? He can, which is not going to quite be enough. Now, I think depending on how the Marines are coming out, I don't know if they're all coming out at the same time or they're staggered. But, oh man, if this hatchery's killed, I kind of can't believe what's going on with Cure here. He's going to try to dive on the bunker. This has to work for the Zerg, or the game could just end outright. He's going on top of these SCVs, so you can't repair. The bunker's going to be destroyed. The Marines will be microed back. Is this the end of the rush?
It seems that way, right? With 3 queens and the spine at full health. You know, if Rogue hadn't done that kind of wraparound with the Lings, we could have seen like some fancy micro popping the Marines in and out of the bunker, trying to kill off the spine.
Yeah, I was
Instead,
wondering if
he was
microing.
Yeah, he had to micro against the Lings, catching his reinforcements.
So he goes for 2 gases now and an expand.
Yeah, I think you have to do it that way. Sending 1 racks across to Scout. You know, obviously he's not going to be able to break in right there. Definitely looking pretty decent here for Rogue.
Yeah, Rogue is basically broken free here. Is there an actual wall? And there is, but there's nothing behind it. And
he should just GG, I think.
Yeah, he should have made the command center in his main. GG, there it is. All right, game 3, go.
This is the quickest night ever.
Yeah.
you think we'll see any games where people get up to like 100 supply or something?
You're crazy, Ardosis.
I know, that's crazy.
Yeah. That's, well, the thing about Kira is the longer the day goes, the more I realize, oh, he only prepped cheese. And when you know your opponent is going to cheese, you can just be very conservative and kind of, you know, default out of losing to the cheese with that. And I think, you know, Kira's at the end of his rope right now. What is he going to do? Proxy again? I don't think it's going to work. I don't know.
I don't know. Let's do that one base hell battle in again.
Yeah. Maybe that's what he does. Kier prepped, but he did not prep for macro games so far. Let's see what happens as we go on to Light Shade here.
All right. Yeah. Who do you think, Tasteless?
Rogue.
Me too.
Rogies.
Yeah.
Rogies got this, I think.
Okay.
This is game 3, guys. Winner goes on to round of 8.
Season 3, Codex. Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Rogue. Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Cure.
All right. Pool first. See what Cure is going to do, though. Zrax is in his main.
Yeah, I'm mostly just watching Cure here
Yeah.
to see what he's going to do. So, yeah, Rogue goes for the pool first again. That's safer than going hatch first, obviously. Although you could see that even if you go for pool first, it's not that straightforward. Like that the early part of game 2 with these two players was very, very close. It almost looked like Cure might have it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the spine getting down, the targeting of the SCV is very well done. And I just, yeah, I guess I wonder what Cure's actual follow-up is here. Like, is he just going to expand his barracks placed to the side here? So does not have that full wall. He's going to send out the SCV scout, which is, that's good for him.
Yeah, and this is going to be a setup to make a command center. So, I mean, nothing wacky yet here from Cure.
No. I think he'll be fine here, especially if he like keeps making Marines. Okay, there's the factory. Now he doesn't have a wall, like he didn't build this inside, you know, the wall there. He sees the hatchery's not done yet, so he knows that there are Zerglings.
Yeah, he shouldn't know they're inbound here. Because if you don't, if you see a hatch is still making it, means they had to have gotten a pool at pro level.
Right. Well, the Lings are coming, and we don't see like a bunker or anything. He is making more Marines. Ah, look at this. Rogue is actually combing the map right now with the Lings.
Yeah, he's still confident that there's some sneakiness, but there's actually not. I mean, right now, Cure's doing a pretty ordinary opening.
Yeah, the Lings actually going back as he takes his third hatchery, so I guess you have to look at this and say that slight edge goes to Cure.
And it's going to be a 1-1-1 post-expand here for Cure.
All right, I look forward to seeing where he wants to go with this one. Reactor finishes up. Is he going to swap that? Nope, produces Marines.
So, yeah, just as normal, run-of-the-mill ZVT so far here. We do have the Widow Mines being made here. So he might be going for Widow Mine drops from this.
He's making a medevac, so he has a decent amount of Marines so far. I think he has 4, 2 more on the way. Could be like Hellions run up and then a 6 Marine, 1 Widow Mine drop type of thing.
Yeah, where you're trying to hit a couple locations at once, right when they're really trying to get those 3 bases going. And if they don't handle everything perfectly, something's going to get out of control somewhere and the damage is going to spike up.
Yeah, here we go. 6 Marine, 1 Widow Mine drop. See if he can find some damage with that. The Ling misses it. It's going to push that Ling back.
Yeah, it takes out the Spotterling. Now this Overlord is also going to see the medevac inbound here, so instead of going past it, he's going to drop here and just try to get the kill. You take what you can get, right? So he picks that up.
Yeah, not a bad kill to start off with. Rogue brings the queens up, but Cure has other plans.
And there's just, oh, that's cute. Just kind of puts it in the tooth area.
Ooh!
Oh, that was sick.
That target was awesome. It's a
Wow.
lot of lings there.
And now he's going for the pool. Here comes the queen now. The lings are going to come in here. Can he juggle these Marines properly? Okay, he takes out the Widow Mine.
Yeah, almost gets the queen there. Rogue does pull it back, though. More queens coming up to help defend. Like, he's killed a lot of lings, but not that many drones yet.
Yeah, he can't quite save those Marines. A bit of an overextension there.
But you know what? 3 drones, that many lings, that lost mining time, the queen, the Overlord. Yeah, look at that.
I think he should have picked up that Widow Mine and pocketed it inside the medevac.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. Roach Warren on the way right now, but Siege Tank's already being produced. Layer coming up as well.
So, a pretty nice opening there from Cure. Is Cure going to try to push out here? Stim is done. He's got 5 Marines making it a time. Plus 1 attack, coming along here. It's about halfway done. There's no 3rd command center, correct? I don't see it.
No, he didn't make a 3rd.
So he's just going to have a 2-base push from here.
Yeah.
The question is, did he hiccup the Zerg enough with that initial drop to then allow this to parlay its way into a successful push onto the 3rd base?
Well, 2 tanks, not bad.
Yeah.
Have to scan here to get rid of some of this creep. But,
the Lings are going to get in between this area, but Cure's pretty smart. He already just puts his infantry inside the medevac, knowing that, if he can just jettison this over those Lings, then he's going to have an even stronger position. And it's extremely important right now that Rogue actually stops this. Losing that Overlord is huge.
Oh yeah, he's supply blocked.
Yeah, he cannot produce more here. The Roaches are going to come forward. The Lings are going to hit here from behind, targeting that tank. Both tanks go down in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, so a quick cleanup there by Rogue. The Roaches really doing their job. That Ling flank fantastic as well. Cure's not dead. He is making a 3rd CC right now. He's going to continue to keep that pressure on. He is playing against Roaches, so the medevacs do give him a little bit of flexibility that's going to be hard for Rogue to deal with.
And, this attack's going to come up here. He stayed away pretty safely. The issue with Roaches is always that they're not mobile like Mutalisks or other units that can catch medevacs, so you can try to catch the Zerg out of position, or at least make them work to defend, their area.
Drop in the main base. Oh, he gets a queen and picks up a
Yeah. No, it's
Marine.
a good snipe right there.
Yeah, high quality. He's going to get another Overlord.
I don't know that Terran is going to have another actual push coming here, though. We see that 3rd command center is being made, and Zerg is about to take a 4th. The hatchery hasn't been planted yet, but we saw the, what do you call it, the hologram of the hatchery, or whatever that is. Where they put it
hologram.
There it is, the hologram.
Yeah. All right, Hydralisk Den coming up, as well as Infestation Pit, so it looks like he does want to transition into Lurker from here.
Nice snipe, by the way. Now going for creep. Well, could be going for creep, but doesn't have time to scan and get that. And Cure, again, I think he's playing a very good game so far. The problem is that Rogue is very good at basically brushing off these attacks, powering up regardless of the harass, and then overpowering the Terran in a later part of the game.
Yeah, but I gotta say, I kind of like the consistent production that we've seen out of Cure here, right? Because this wasn't one of those games where you get like the very fast 3rd CC, you land it as quickly as possible, and you power up the amount of barracks, and then you start to really produce. This has been like a non-stop production with which he has pressured with, and he's actually had 3 Tech Lab Marauders going for a little bit now. So that's pretty darn good against Roach.
Yeah.
Like, before Lurkers are out, I think he has potential for a push coming up.
Okay, we see more tanks branching out to cover the 3rd base. The Zerg is nearly maxed out, but Terran's not that far behind.
Yeah.
I do think that Rogue, though, with the creep spread, is basically, he's going to be feeling pretty safe right now, even if Terran pushes in a minute or two here.
Yeah, it's a bit of a pain to get rid of all that creep spread there.
Yeah.
Maybe if he uses this high ground area, but there's even creep up there at this point. The Hive almost finished up. The first Hydra is going to be popping out, which means the first Lurker's not far behind. But the siege tank count is really decent right now. I want to say he has 6 siege tanks. Good amount of Lings coming up, getting some surrounds here. Loses one of the Marauders so far.
Really good kiting there. That was a very important moment. He pulled away. The Zerg was not able to get into a position where he could get enough damage all at once because the kiting was so good. Now we've got the tanks inbound here. We've got a lot of Marine Marauder. This is really getting to the climax so far of Game 3. As the push comes in here, we saw a small drop, bit of a red herring there for the Zerg positionally as the main push is coming here now. A scan instantly identifies the Lurkers before the misstep that could have cost him his entire army. He's going to siege up now and begin to shell the Lurkers that are now going to be microed back.
Yeah, look at this. He's got a good siege position. He's taking out a lot of the creep. He's got to be careful about those Lurkers, but he's got, like, now about 7 tanks with the army. He's a good amount of Marauders in here as well. He's got those 1-1 upgrades to match the Roaches.
You know what's interesting? This little position at the 9 o'clock spot is basically making it so Zerg can't expand down there. So while this push is going on, the Zerg isn't able to grow out elsewhere. This is really important. It means the Zerg has to defeat this push as fast as possible, and I don't know that he will.
All right, well, the Lurkers, I think, are going to do enough to hold on for now.
Yeah, he was really walking into too many Lurker shots. I think if he stayed back a little bit further here, he just needs one tank that can actually shell the hatchery, and things will eventually sort themselves out.
Yeah, but the Lurkers get up here and apply that huge amount of pressure, and he gets forward. As he gets forward, he has enough Ravagers to start bombing these siege tanks as well.
Yeah, there's only 2 tanks there. Oh, no, I'm sorry, there's actually another one, a third one down there. Now there's 2.
But his Biles are just nailing him right now.
Yeah, it's not often that you see Biles connecting over and over again, but they're happening this time.
And the siege tank's being whittled down a bit. The Lurker count is just getting so high. Still, it's a very good Marauder count right now, which is nice. Oh, no.
Hold position, my friend.
Yeah,
you gotta hold position that, or they're just gonna get fished into the Lurker line, and that's like the 3rd time that's happened, actually.
I kind of like the army that we have here. Ooh, I like the add of 2 Liberators. I like that a lot. Look at that. That's going to make it a lot harder. Of course, he does have Biles if he can hit. He gets up there immediately and erases the first one. Maybe a little bit too far forward, but I'm not sure how else he can really push this position. Right? Okay, yeah, he isn't either. He turns around and sieges, brings it home.
Well, he's going to have to abandon that. The problem is that was really a key moment there.
Well, when you get that many Lurkers, though, I think you have to change the way you're doing it. Like, I like that he's adding a 2nd factory now, because again, this was a very different push than what we normally see. Normally, we see like quicker upgrades, quicker 3rd base, then 2 factory, and then a bunch of siege tanks. Here it was like very consistent, so his push was really strong at first, but now he's going to add some of that production behind. But yeah, I mean, he has some Liberators, he's getting into Ghosts, he's going to have 2 factory siege tank now, and I guess we get to see what the late game of Cure looks like after so many cheeses.
Yeah, he's going to come up in this area over here, scan, and start to take out those Lurkers, but it does seem like Rogue has a lot more control of the map. Wherever Rogue goes, Cure has to pack up and leave. The Nidus network now being made over here. Where is he going to try to hit with that? I don't see any hidden Overlords on the map.
Yeah, I guess not. Well, he has speed, so he can just like kind of fly one in. Looks like he was flying one in there.
I guess that answered our question. Probably aimed towards the main.
And in fact, seeing a Speed Overseer come down through there right now.
Yeah, that can kind of give away your plans.
Yeah, I think it honestly can, especially when it's Rogue. You got to really keep your eye on the minimap now.
Yeah. Oh my God!
Yeah,
so funny.
see, he knew what was going on. He was keeping an eye for something like this. Another one flying down towards the bottom of the map.
And this one should also be intercepted here.
He's getting a 2nd Nidus, by the way.
Yeah. Dude,
Kira is playing really well
Kira's
tonight.
playing out of his mind, man. He's really playing so well.
It's really nice when Kira is playing well.
Look at this.
Like when he's playing well, man, he really looks good.
Yeah, I mean, he's deflecting everything. We're going to be going into late game TVZ. Again, certainly not a weak point here for Rogue, but let's see what Kira can try to manage here. So far, he's thwarted every Nidus attempt that Rogue has tried to dish out.
Hey, you want to hear a weird sentence?
Yeah.
Kira looks so good right now. He almost looks as good as Bunny.
Yeah, he almost looks as good as Bunny.
This new reality that we're in.
Yeah, the
where
arrow
Bunny
or Bunny is the greatest
Terran.
Terran, yeah. I heard a Nidus finish. Where is it?
It's way far out there.
Oh, okay, it's at 6 o'clock.
Yeah. That almost doesn't even matter. He's getting burrow movement right now. Starting his melee attack as well. Looks like Rogue wanting to expand some more. Does have a very strong creep spread. Ghost being added, Liberators +3 attack. Rogue just, I mean, this guy makes more Nidus exits than anyone ever. Just some little pokes at the edges. None of these things are really that impactful. Cure expanding once again. It's his 5th.
Here comes a big attack, trying to hit over at this third base. But Cure fights back pretty well. You can start to see the limitations of Roach Ravagers. You get to a late game TVZ. Beautiful snipes over here. Picking off those lurkers at a distance. The creep spread, by the way, for Rogue is absolutely insane. Now, on Rogue's side of the map, there's basically only one base that has yet to be taken. And that's close to the bottom left. There's a vacant area there. Now, we're starting to see that with the Terran, but Terran still has 2 bases yet to claim. So if you've been watching our casting for a long time, you've probably heard us mention this before, but the Zerg does want to try to end the game before the Terran takes all the bases, because otherwise it's likely the Zerg runs out of money first. It can't really, the game doesn't go anywhere. The Terran eventually comes out on top.
Yeah, very oftentimes in this matchup when it goes this late, it's very hard for Terran to actually get every single base.
Yeah, but if they do,
yeah,
they basically win. It's kind of this weird situation.
Now, coming up, they just cleared some creep at the bottom here. He did kill off that hatchery in the bottom left, so that's kind of nice, keeping Rogue on 5 bases, which is the same amount that we have Cure on. Cure is really playing a beautiful
Cure
game.
is insane.
Yeah, he looks great. He looks just great. It's so cool that he did 4 cheeses in a row, and now he just kind of has applied pressure all game long, but turned it into a beautiful macro game as well.
Yeah, and he's shutting down Rogue pretty effectively here. I love this. Just coming here and sniping whatever he can. He picks up and leaves. He's going to graze by the 2 last spots that Rogue is taking now. And I don't think this game is going to end anytime soon. I think we're in this for the long run.
Oh, for sure. And look at this. Right now, Kira is pushing another location and taking another base.
Yeah.
So Rogue is taking 2 bases there at the bottom. We have some Vipers added in, which is good to see. Definitely want to complete your composition with that. Liberator range on the way. Building armor. I mean, you're just getting everything at this point as Cure. High sec auto track, and all right, let's do it. Where's Neo Steel frames? Let's get it.
So again, this is not probably going to do anything here. It does seem like Rogue has basically given up on the idea of trying to get that Nidus to ever work here. And here comes a pretty insane push. Good escape, getting away out with most of the units. He's trying to hit 2 locations at once, but it's really failing on both fronts. And if Zerg trades ineffectively like this too many times, it's going to be a very easy game to coast through here for the Terran.
Yeah, yeah. I like the way that Kier is trying to approach this. And you mentioned about he's giving up on the Nidus. I could see him revisiting that later on. But the defense has been so good of it. I think sometimes that's like actually strategically kind of a good move, is if something like that's not working, skip it for a while, let the game get really chaotic, play your game, and then do it again. Because then your opponent isn't thinking about it anymore, right?
Yeah.
These late game situations with battles happening everywhere and cost efficiency being a big deal,
yeah,
it's you're not actually thinking about earlier in the game like what was happening anymore. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
Where
sure.
Sometimes after a long, stressful game, you don't even remember how it opened.
Yeah, no, I mean, the story at the start almost has, even though it, of course, always impacts everything, you know, is connected, but
you're kind of like updating it in your head as you go. So
right.
At this point, the Nidus is, like, eventually he probably won't even be thinking about it.
Okay, we're getting now to the phase where, this is a nuke, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Nuke those Obies.
Actually, nuking the Obies would be a pretty good move because they would probably not be looking there. They would go to each hatchery and then...
Yeah, that's kind of a cool idea. Okay, he's gonna nuke the hatch. He's gonna get some of these larvae. That's nice.
How many nukes does it take to kill a Nidus?
Let's see. 2?
I guess 2, yeah. And here comes that Nidus now. Now, is Kjur gonna notice this? Oh, Kjur.
Oh, look, he actually has used in the base
gamer.
Yeah, he's a sick gamer.
He's gaming. He's gonna game so hard he's gonna take out 2 Nidus networks.
Very nice game here, Tasteless. This game is...
He's going Dr. Pimple Popper in his base, my friend.
This game is, like, very pleasurable from both sides, you know?
Very pleasurable. I don't know if that's the word, but...
It is. Like, look at how this game has gone so far, and look at this!
Whoa,
what am I even looking at? What is this attack?
He's throwing everything over here, and it is going to decimate that planetary, but how cost efficient is this truly?
Yeah, that's what I would like to know.
Here, let me put down another 400 minerals and just make that again. Zerg gave up about a quarter of supply. No, I don't think so.
I don't think that was good.
Considering the sheer amount of gas that was spent to stop a building.
Yeah, eventually, like, we talk about this
occasionally. I think Terran was at 185
where...
after that attack. Supply, he didn't lose that much.
Not surprised. Like, he lost some SCVs and stuff. A lot of Banes ended up connecting on, like, Thors. He definitely lost a few siege tanks in there, but...
Oh, Artosis. Zerg expanded to the bottom center. I didn't even notice this. Ah! Hey, I'm a ghost. Ah! that's how I sound when I die.
The landed Vikings kill the Nidus. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Eventually, the cost and efficiency of blowing up planetaries with Banelings is a tempo move, you know?
Yeah, you only want to do it if after you do that, they're basically zoned out of winning the game. But if you do it when the Terran is still basically rich, which the Terran is right now, they just come back in and remake it.
Yeah, his full tech is out and he's maxed and he has bank to refill. Like, a situation like that, suddenly we're looking at a game where it might come down to one player running out of money. So to utilize that many Banelings, that much cost, to kill that,
here we go, Act 2. Was the sequel as good as the first one? Look at this. He's got a wall with a second command center here, making the Banelings hard to get through.
Oh my god, those parasitic bombs are insane! Oh man, those Vikings took a lot of damage. The Liberators get cleaned out. Command Center actually does not end up dying here. The Parasitic Bomb is such a good spell. Raider going to help to clear out some of these lurkers. Gets a couple.
So, I want to see if there's going to be drones mining from 6 o'clock. This is one of these things where the Zerg is taking that. I mean, yes, he will try to mine from there, but most of this is just like, if I have this, you don't. And so I didn't expect Zerg to actually come in there, but this is Rogue, so I shouldn't really be that surprised. I don't think that Kjur actually realizes that Zerg is there. Just because you see creep outside your base, you're not going to assume it's from a hatchery.
His Vikings saw it.
Oh, did they? Okay, good correction. I didn't realize that.
But definitely it has to be something he has to think about. But he also has to hold the top right. This is kind of the problem that Terran has a lot of the time.
How many minerals are actually left at the 2 bases in the top right?
I think a fair amount, honestly. I think it's pretty rich. Right, the army of rogues starting to move south. Kjur immediately gets on that creep. Good move, good move. I do want to see him do something about that base. That does stress me out a little bit.
Yeah, well,
because that's like the backbreaking.
If he actually doesn't get that base, then Zerg will just win.
Yeah, he can even do moves like this non-stop and win. Look at that. That is a hell of a lot of banelings.
There are so many
And they
banelings.
actually don't do very much so far.
Yeah.
A lot of them hit
The banelings are
they-
here just to tank for the Hydras, guys.
That's almost exactly
They're the
what we
most
saw,
expensive zealots you've ever seen.
Yeah, for the
Yeah.
health versus
Yeah.
cost. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And don't forget, if they make it all the way to the units, they do damage to them.
That's right.
Yeah, no, that is looking funny each time.
Yeah. I better make more banelings to tank. It's like, you can just make lings too, you know that?
But look, you know what? With him having all the bases taken plus 1 of cures, if he can maintain that and use banelings to maintain that, that works. That's a working strategy.
No,
we used to see Dark do stuff like this, where like he just gets a huge economy that makes 100 banelings and rolls to your base.
Right.
It's like super inefficient a lot of the time, but it's like, well, if he has enough, that can win. It's like Napoleon, right? Quantity is a quality unto itself.
If he can snipe this Nidus network, I don't know how many banelings. This could be just one of these clown car moments here. Oh, look at this!
Single file banelings.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
I can't believe he's not just immediately shooting down this Nidus network.
I want to see the amount
like
of banelings that have
There's
died
a
this
second
game.
Nidus network, because Rogue knows if he kills that Nidus network, he's going to lose that base. With Curious decision-making, I do question here about what order he's attacking those buildings at.
Dude, I really want to see the units lost stab so badly right now. Because I
Oh,
want to see,
boy.
I think 500 Banes have died this game.
Okay, the Ghosts are going to be the last line of defense over here. Nice sniping. The Banes are basically not touching the Ghosts. And again, that base is not wiped.
Yeah, he holds on, but the bank of cure is getting very low. I guess Rogue uses a hell of a lot of supply there. 75 supply gone.
There is a command center floating in 6 o'clock waiting to reclaim that base.
You know what, by the way?
What?
I just got like some chills thinking about this because we see all sorts of different compositions tried out by Terran in the late game.
Yeah.
But originally, StarCraft 2 is so old at this point, but I want to just mention that this composition that we're looking at, like Mass Liberator Turret Ghost, that was what TY used to do a really long time ago. Like he was the best in the world at that, like moving his Liberators around, and that was in a time where people were having a very hard time against Zerg late game, i.e. all of StarCraft 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, they just kind of interesting to see this be what Cure is using right now. It's like really a blast from the past. 4 Liberators at a time, tons of Ghosts out. Of course, there are some other units in there as well, but I love, by the way, the usage of Mass Mules here. Suck those minerals out of there as quickly as you can.
I mean, it's definitely like a heist at this
It's
point
a
in time.
heist.
You need to get the minerals off of these exterior bases as quickly as possible. Get them off the map into your pockets.
Yeah.
And you're right. You've got to be landing mules there and just trying to drain these areas of all the wealth they have.
Okay, this
is an
look at the
insane-
side he's coming in from. Very cool. Pulls in some of those Liberators.
I don't see anything over here. Oh, that's because it's all on the bottom right side of the screen.
Yeah, let's see what he can do with this.
Now, the problem is Ghosts at a distance are basically going to trade very well. And keep in mind, Terran is okay losing SCVs over here. He's intentionally not made a planetary because it's cheaper to just lift the command center up.
Yeah.
And after he chases the Zerg away, land it back down again and resume his mineral heist.
Yeah, and when it's mules mining, it's, you know, it's not like you're remaking SCVs for that necessarily. That was kind of interesting
Dude, he
too,
needs
though.
to stop the mining down here in 6.
I think he's stretched a little bit too thin at the moment. Because he's going around the Liberator circle. Okay, eliminates those.
All of what the Zerg has comes back and starts to defend this. Now taking 2 extractors to take the gas.
Dude, look at the creep. It's everywhere.
The creep is pretty insane, man. So I believe the top right base is almost mined out. Not the one that's been attacked over and over, but the one to the right of that.
Yeah, I think you're basically right. It's getting very low at least. I see there's still patches, but can't be that much left.
But for the Zerg, I believe there's actually now 3 bases that are mineral rich. Terran's only is very soon going to be mining.
Oh, that
off
one's
of just
actually
one
getting
base.
low too.
Oh, never mind. Okay.
Oh, you know what? Well, he hasn't been harassed for so long. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, notice that there's a lot of minerals in the bank right now for Rogue here. There's not for Terran. Terran's basically spending what comes in.
But his supply is going up, and the overall bank of Rogue has gone down a little bit. Right? He was at 5K and then 4K, now he's at 3.5. Oh, God. So look, these banking attacks are, like, again, these kind of tempo-ish moves, maybe they're going to end up working for him. But they certainly don't look very cost-efficient when he's doing them. God, I would give anything to see a unit loss tab right now, Tasteless.
Oh, I know.
I need to see how many Zerg units have died.
I think in that last attack, that was enough of a crippling blow that Zerg can win now. Because as much as this game was mostly action packed up at the top, it's really going to be about whether or not the Zerg can keep this bottom base. If Terran can push down into the south and wipe this area out, Terran, I think, can win. But right now, this is looking like it's not far away from a Zerg victory. And the fact that Terran's pushing and not maxed out right now, I think that this is going to flatten. The Zerg is going to flatten the Terran's army right now.
Yeah, I think you are right about that. What an utterly impressive game from both players.
Oh, I mean, a masterful game here from Rogue especially, but Kure really showing he is absolutely a threat in this matchup.
Yeah.
It wasn't just cheese apparently today. He was able to draw this all the way out to supreme late game.
I think he played a brilliant game, honestly.
Honestly, it's some of the best TVC I've seen from him in a long time.
I think most of the Zergs in GSL would not have beaten him this game, but
I agree.
Rogue, like with the special sauce of deciding to pull the trigger on these very cost-inefficient trades. Like, we saw several attacks in a row that both of us, I think, were like, wow, that was not very good for Rogue. But he kind of ended up making it work. And now Kure with basically nothing left. But it's kind of crazy, too, because Rogue is almost out of minerals as well. He doesn't have a lot. That is the margin by which he's going to end up winning this game, Tasteless, because look at this. He's mined out almost completely, but he has that one extra base of cures.
Right.
And that's actually what's carrying him here. Because he's got 26 more army supply or something. It's like not much. 28 more army supply. Dude, what a crazy game. And look at this. Kure is staying in it, but yeah,
no, I don't think Kure can recover. Yeah,
seems impossible.
The Lurkers, which, you know, at times have been sniped by the Ghosts, I think the Terran's low enough in army, especially with the 14 workers here. It's like you just don't have the ability to take those additional resources in the same way.
Changelings are really disturbing, man, when they're like pulling themselves across the ground. They got twice as many arms as a Reaver, though, I tell you that.
That was weird when we zoomed in on the Reaver and realized it has this like little claw that it pulls itself around on the... I thought it was a hipster mustache, but...
Nope. All right, that is a lot of Lurkers to try to hold off. I don't think there's any point to even repair that.
No, I think that's gone. And interestingly enough, we thought it was going to be a fight about this space, but really Zerg has basically stopped the Terran from mining.
If only that had connected with everything.
Look at how we have 15 minerals sitting here stagnant, now 20, 25, 30. Things are moving up so slowly. And this, I believe, is actually going to be the killing blow, because Zerg can now get inside of production and wipe out the barracks. GG!
What a fantastic game.
It was a hell of a game, man, especially after all these short one-sided cheeses. That was a very welcome, cool late-game TVG.
I enjoyed that thoroughly. That was awesome from both sides. The style that Rogue decided to go with, so many Zergs won't do that. So many Zergs will add some spellcasters. They'll try to yoink everything. They'll have some infestors in there. Maybe they'll make a group of broodlords at some point, something like that. But he went full aggro. He went full trade and tempo-based play and was able to take Kure down. But Kure looks deadly. I really want him to get out of this group right now based on what I just saw.
Yeah, that was a really exciting last game. But overall, the games today have been pretty cool. We're going to go to an interview now. Let's see how Rogue's feeling. He's moved on to the round of 8 in GSL Season 3.
Rogue of Dragon Phoenix Gaming defeats Kure, and he moves on to round of 8. Congratulations, Rogue. Thank you.
자, 먼저 3연속 8강 소감부터
This is your third consecutive round of 8. Rogue, how do you feel? In practice, my win rate hasn't been that great. So today I tried to play comfortably. And then when I did play comfortably, my results were good. Let's talk about the winners match. So how was it going up against Cure in the winners match in Blackburn? I never ever saw the proxy barracks in that position. I played that map 100 times, I never saw that. In Laiche, the offense and the defense was completely the other way around. You were aggressive till the very end, and Cure was defensive till the very end. And in the end, you were able to penetrate through his defense to get the win. So what's that about? I'm not good at macroing with the Broadlords, so I lost a lot in the past. And I know for sure that Cure is not good at late game as well. So that's why I tried to go aggressive until the very end. Today, you defeat Zoun by exploiting his Void Rays, and you were able to get a 2-0 win in that series. So it feels like you analyzed Zoun really well. That's right, I kept analyzing Zoun's playstyle, and my builds were aimed at his strategy as well. So I think I made good preparation today. So Rogue, you're going to run the bait, and it's really interesting to see. This will be a revenge match in the round of 8. You'll be going up against Dark, the round of 4 battle in the past season. So Dog actually hoped that you would move on as a second place, but you move on as the first place. So how do you feel? I don't want to go up against Dark because he's so good. He's good at late game as well. So honestly speaking, I wanted to go up against Parting. But this time, I'm going to try to successfully take my revenge against him. And this season, I'm going to defeat Dark and hold on to the trophy. You're saying that you're more passionate this season. That's right. Last season, I think I wasn't able to make the correct analysis against Dark. This time, I'm going to analyze him better. Alright, let's look forward to his performance in the round of 8. So we look forward to your match against Dark. And before you go, anything you want to say? This season, unlike last season, I was able to prepare well. And I was able to make good analysis against my players. So this time, I'm going to try to go very far. Once again, congratulations, Rogue. Thank you.
All right, guys, that is going to be it for the winners match. We're going to go to the losers match next. 3 players left in the round of 16, 1 spot left in the round of 8.
Yeah, so Zoun against DRG. I gotta say, like, Zoun played terribly against Rogue. I think he was gonna pick it up a little bit. DRG has been very off and on against Protoss, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Right? Like, there's games against Protoss where he's just completely
very
dies.
hot or cold. Yeah.
Yeah. So
we're gonna go to that break now, guys. We'll be right back. Don't go away.